Recording in progress.
I
Yes,
thought we were
press
gonna...
record, mother. We'll be here all day otherwise. I've got a sore throat from talking so much.
What is it you want me to do,
What we're
Rachel?
doing? Where are we? What day is it? So we
Oh, Lordy. And we've
oh,
started.
so we just had so we came online. Oh, so hello everyone. We came online at 1:30 to do the pod. We were yapping. It's now 10 to 3. So we'll probably do like a 10-minute podcast because I've got a sore throat coming now. We've been online all day. It's going to be dark soon. And it's Pancake Day.
Oh, God.
Do
Make it
love
you were doing pancakes then.
Tony's doing pancake. Husband's doing pancakes. That's his one time of the year. That's his responsibility.
Okay.
So he's finishing work. He's making pancakes, and he has to make about 30 pancakes because I can eat them, eat and eat and eat with the pancake. I love the pancake.
Do you?
Shrove Tuesday. Oh, it's the
Oh,
best.
well, I
Love
never.
them.
Well, Kevin's not mentioned the pancake, and guess what? He ain't getting one either.
You're not having pancakes.
No, I'm
How
not
rude.
picking
With lemon
pancakes.
and sugar. So
No,
wrong.
no, stodge.
I'm a purist with my pancakes, lemon and sugar only.
Well, I must admit, if I was having a pancake, that is all I would want on them, but I don't want a pancake.
Wrong. Wrong.
Okay,
Anyway, so yeah, Pancake Day. I think it's
don't
amazing.
judge it.
Mum
Don't
obviously
judge
does
me.
not think
Don't
it's
judge
amazing.
me for not wanting a
I
pancake.
will judge you. And also, it is Happy Chinese New Year, Year of the Fire Horse.
Hurrah, hurrah,
So we
hurrah,
are
hurrah.
shedding our snaky skins, and we are now galloping forward with Year of the Fire Horse, which I personally am very excited about.
It's weird. Ever since you told me about it a few weeks ago, that's what it was going to be, or a few months now, actually. I've been kind of really, I got people were listening to this will think she's bonkers, but I got a real lift from knowing that's what it was. Isn't that
Yes.
odd? It's
Yeah.
bizarre. So maybe there's something in it. I don't know. I don't believe wholeheartedly. I don't disbelieve. However, the year of the fire horse, you do have to put what was it? Your wishes in a red envelope under a fruit bowl with 3 oranges in it that you have to eat on consecutive days.
I'm going to do this. I love a bit of woo woo.
It
That's
has
why
to
I get
be-
excited about it. I love a bit of woo woo and like
well,
out with the old, in with the new, bring it
I
on.
I actually put a notification on my diary, on my thing to remind me to do it. The trouble is, I didn't have a red envelope, but I did have a small red gift bag.
Same thing because it's
What's
about
wrong with
offerings,
that?
isn't it?
It's just an envelope without the sticky bit on it.
Exactly. It just has to be red for the Chinese, like a receptacle for an
Yeah,
offering, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
No, perfect. Yeah.
Anyway,
I've
it's
probably
under
got a
my
red
fruit
envelope
bowl,
knocking
and
around.
I've always got oranges in it anyway. And I've taken everything else out of the fruit bowl, which I know sounds mad, but they didn't say these 3 oranges should be sitting in there with
Your
bananas
bananas and your
and
kiwi.
peppers.
Yeah.
I've lost my mind.
Offerings.
I'm sorry, people. I've lost my mind. I
Yeah,
don't...
exactly. So it says oranges. I've only got easy peelers. Well, they do.
They're orange.
As long as it's orange, some sort of orange.
Mine are proper oranges because I've got a thing. Actually, I've got a bit of a thing about proper oranges at the moment. A proper big orange
That's
every
funny.
day.
Oranges.
So
All right, I'm going to be doing that. So red envelope with my 5 wishes in it under my 3 easy peelers in
it
a
didn't
fruit bowl.
stipulate the amount of wishes. I think they can be infinite.
Oh, there will be a lot of wishes then. And I was working yesterday I was doing my dementia activity stuff yesterday, and I took some fortune cookies into the bots. And it was so funny because they were all getting like, your secret admirer is waiting for you to notice them. And they were like, ooh.
Have you explained to the listener where you're going with these fortune cookies? Because you just said you went into to see your bods.
Oh, the bots.
Yeah, just
So when I'm
saying.
Yeah, so when I'm not doing lash extensions, spray tanning, hypnotherapy, psychotherapy, all the other things that I do adult social care. At the moment, I am self-employed and I do activities in a nursing home. So we do coordinating activities and well-being. So we do like reminiscence therapy and art and crafts and stuff with the lovely old peeps, or the bods, as I just called them.
The old bods.
The old bods.
Honest to God.
Yeah.
I'm
So
your mother. I'm your mother.
I'm the mother. Yeah. So I yesterday
I'm
we
the
were
old bod.
making,
Stop it.
yeah, the old bods. We were making Chinese paper lanterns for this year. And today, I'm not working today. I've got a couple of people that I work with that go in, and they're doing pancake flipping. So God knows how that's going. But they've bought the ready-made pancakes that you get. They're quite thick ones, and they're just going to wallop them about. So that's quite funny. Yeah. So that'll be good. But I love that client group, the dementia Alzheimer's. It's very, very interesting. Interesting. Yeah. No, love them.
Well,
and
that's been handy actually for later on.
I know, for you and the husband.
When I slip.
I know. In fact, husband already makes a joke out of it, saying it's all preparation for when you've got to look after me. And I'm like, I already do look after you. But, you know, okay.
God, I'm monitoring my words here.
Exactly, the responses, just in case he listens.
Yeah, exactly.
Funny.
But it's great preparation. And I just wondered if there was any other businesses that you'd started up this week that I hadn't heard about.
The businesses. Well, funnily enough, we haven't discussed this yet, but you know, we were looking at doing online courses and we were using Kartra and Kajabi and stuff like that.
Okie dokie. So
the Kajabi, I'm saying a lot. I'm going to have a lot of editing to do before we put it out. We're looking at offering group workshops, hence the Hypno-Health workshops. We looked at Kartra.
I was having a conversation with him indoors about this half an hour before I came online earlier. Anyway,
saying what's happening about that. Yeah. So the latest. So the trouble is, it's all very expensive to set up, and Kajabi, to do what we want, you're looking at £200 a month, and you have to build everything yourself. So we've kind of dabbled with that and started it, but we didn't do it because we needed a community. There was no point in building courses and workshops and things if you didn't have anyone to have a community to build around it to buy them.
It's true.
So I mothballed the Kajabi, and you still have to pay like £25 a month to just have it sat there doing nothing.
No
and they literally
way.
take it down. Yeah. Otherwise, they literally, yeah. So I could either cancel it, lose everything that we've done, or mothball it temporarily for £25 a month, which is like pretty. And I did a lot of research into, because things change so quickly with the online stuff.
Everything's moving.
But now a lot of the business to business courses, people aren't buying them anymore. Because I bought quite a few last year looking at doing the business stuff, and the engagement is changing and evolving all the time. And I think our niche is business to consumer, where we want to help people.
Yeah.
Do it. So the best way of doing that is to build your community, and then you build your courses or your workshops around what your community want. But it's a chicken and egg thing. What comes first? The courses. But you don't know what courses you're doing because you don't know what you're giving, you know, what people want, what they're doing. So you need to have some sort of community. So hence doing the podcast is to build some sort of social media presence so people can see us. People buy from people that they like and all that kind of stuff. So when I was looking recently, I don't know if you've heard of Skool, Skool.
I have indeed, yeah.
They've got a hobby
course on there once.
Yeah. So they've got a hobby plan at the moment, which is $9 a month. And you can go into their hobby plan and set up your courses and your community and your tiers and all that kind of stuff. And it's really simple. So I've been in and I've built an entire anxiety foundation management course. And you can do one-to-one, group, paid tiers, free tiers, VIP stuff. people can dip in and out. So I've been experimenting with that. And a $9 investment is fine.
That's bearable, isn't it?
Yeah. And even the professional one, because you can go from hobby plan to pro plan, and that's $99, which is what, 87 quid or whatever in English.
So $9, is that $9 a month?
Yeah.
For how long?
You can have that one forever. But with that hobby plan, you can only have one admin and it's one community, but you can have courses and stuff within it. And there are certain functionality that it doesn't have, like you don't have your custom URL. I've set one up, so it's a Hypno-Health workshops one, but it's got numbers after it. Okay. If you go to the pro plan, you can change it and you can have different things. And there's things like, but you can have webinars, you can do live calls. I created Google documents for the anxiety profile and the worksheets, and that's kind of stuff that I've been doing in the background.
Right.
And then what you do is you have that offering, and then you launch that with your YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than people are moving away from Facebook, because a lot of people had like Facebook groups, and we looked at getting a Facebook group together. People are moving away from that now because people are moving away from Facebook because there's so many ads and stuff being banged your way.
And Instagram, all of that.
Yes, exactly. People are moving away from that, but people really like the thought of being in a community, a safe space with other people, and they do their work, but they've got this community. So when you look at Skool, the main page on Skool, it looks a lot like Facebook. And there is that community engagement and stuff, but you can have your personal profile and your community. So, but you could have different ones. So we could have one for us, which is our Hypno-Health workshops one. Then you could have another one. So you pay another £9, which could just be you, where you do your art or you do hypno or counselling or whatever your thing is. But if it was just you adminning it, then that's fine. If for us to have our one together, it would need to be the £99 one, because we'd need to both be on it and both creating. But you can create videos, but you can also have webinars, group calls, all that kind of stuff as well.
That'd be quite interesting. And maybe I ought to go in, well, for anybody listening as well. If anybody knows anything out there that can help us, then great.
Yeah.
But I might have to go in and have a look. I know I did a course, or I started a course, signed up for something that was on Skool. So I'm familiar with it. So it's easier to navigate, in your view, than Kajabi.
Yeah, all of them. It's a completely different setup. Rather than being a coursing where you have like your lead magnet and then you bring them in, you have them in your Skool. They've found you anyway. They'll find you via your YouTube or whatever, which is your main driver of your business. But you don't have to have a web page. You just connect your custom URL. So our hypnohealthworkshops.co. to Skool. And it directs it from there and takes you straight to your Skool page.
How interesting.
And then you can have your free community, or you can have a paid community. So it works in that similar way, like, you've got Patreon and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I was on Patreon the other day, actually.
So it's that kind of thing. So I'm working with a man at the moment called Gareth.
You're doing what?
Gareth Lamb. Gareth Lamb.
What about him?
I'm working with this man at the moment called Gareth Lamb on Skool.
Oh, are you?
And he takes you through the whole process of building a course and a community on Skool.
Oh.
And he's doing it, and he runs it from Skool. And it's really, really interesting. So, I signed up for various courses and business coaching and stuff last year.
I do.
Yeah. And then the problem is we knew what our offering was, and we know what our USP is.
Yeah.
Know what our motivation and everything is. Our problem was with the actual, well, you did better than me, was the actual build of the offering. Because with Kajabi and Katra, you have to build it from scratch and have all these.
That was hard work, but golly,
really hard work. You're not
that.
techie. Whereas with Skool, it's so much easier. Like, you create your workbook, you save it as a PDF or a Google document. You click on the link and you upload it to Skool, and it appears on your page. You put your blurb in, you embed your video and stuff. It's so easy. I can do it. If I could do it, anyone can do it.
Well, if you can do it, I'll find it a breeze.
Exactly, because you created that course on Katra.
I did.
But then we didn't have a bloody audience to sell it to, because we've got to have more. It's all about traffic and numbers. So I signed up. The group on community, the community on Skool is called Community Lab.
Okay.
And the man is Gareth Lamb, and you can find him on YouTube as well. He does YouTube videos. about Skool, and he's got really great history, marketing background, entrepreneur, all that kind of stuff. And his business is built on Skool. And I don't know that much about him, but he's lovely. His videos are really good. I like his delivery. And I have just signed up for his community, which is about building a course. And I told him what I was doing and what we were doing. And he was like, my God, that sounds really hectic. You need to take that right back and really narrow down your one person, one problem, one solution.
True.
And take it back that way. So that's what I'm working on at the moment.
It's absolutely right. Well, in other words, finding your niche.
Yeah, and keeping it simple. Yeah. But you want to have your niche, but you want to be an authority in your space. So ours is hypnotherapy and psychotherapy. The unique thing that we have got is a lot of people are offering hypnotherapy, like your Marissa Peers, your Paul McKenna's, and your Michael Siegels and all this, but they just do hypnotherapy, whereas we do hypnotherapy and psychotherapy. So that's kind of our USP.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people doing that.
Well, I think Paul McKenna would pop out and say, well, I do this and I do that and I do this and I do NLP and I do havening. See, I'm even doing it, and all the other stuff that he does. So, So,
they do, different things, but he's not a psychotherapist.
No, he's not. Whereas we are.
Yes. So, and I know obviously we had a lot of stuff, or I was pushing in the direction of the weight loss space and stuff at the moment. But however, since I've started on placement and I'm seeing people, and clients, the biggest issue is anxiety and sleep. And it comes up again and again and again.
Which is why when you look on hypnotherapy directory, counselling directory, when they look at the top sort of things that come up, it is anxiety is always at the top.
Yeah, they're the most researched things. And when we have put on our channels, we've recorded as well sleep audios or anxiety audios. Sleep and anxiety are the most listened to out of anything that we put on. They don't care about us and our content. No. They care about sleep. I know, how rude.
Why would you?
Why would they not buy into us, Mother? I don't get it. But yeah, so there's that. And also Gareth does a really good thing, because obviously, I keep saying obviously, my God, I've got so much editing to do today. So our social media content and the way people watch and consume social media is changing. So people aren't looking at Instagram and Facebook so much because of the ads. They're watching YouTube, but they're watching long form content.
Yeah.
And Tom does that. I have seen it for years, where Tom is watching long form YouTube videos on the TV, and YouTube is the new TV. People don't watch TV anymore. Like when we come on,
for quite a long time. I'm still traditional TV, but even him indoors, I notice, watches long form YouTube.
Yeah, husband watches loads of YouTube. I watch loads of YouTube as well. And every week when we come on and we go,
I don't.
No, because when you come on and we know on the podcast and we talk about what we've been doing, I say, I've been reading. I've watched loads of YouTube videos where I haven't watched loads of telly, whereas you've watched telly. And I'm always like, well, I'm reading and I'm doing this, but I am still consuming a lot of stuff, but just not on traditional formats, because it's where I learn.
I forget. I look at YouTube like a learning platform as opposed to entertainment. I do use a lot of YouTube. That's true, but I do it to inform myself and to learn a skill or do something else and fix a problem for me. And I think, oh, great, I know how to do that now. Off I go and fix it. But I don't look at it for entertainment, whereas you do.
Yeah. And with YouTube as well, the stats are all there that it is the second largest search engine to Google for people watching stuff. But obviously there is AI and stuff. A lot of people search using ChatGPT and Claude or Gemini or whatever, Copilot, whatever they're using. But that is absolutely massive. So long form YouTube content where people find you and you're a trusted authority in your space, that goes straight to your school, because you put all your links to your school and people will join your community. And then they can sign up for whatever. There's still content in the free community, but if they want something more specialized, or they want group coaching or one-to-one coaching, or psychotherapy or hypnotherapy, they sign up for another package, and they can do it with one-offs. You can do monthly subscriptions and things like that. People can dip in and out. I thought it was really interesting, because I'm very big on that whole community thing, and it's a way of making hypnotherapy and psychotherapy accessible to people who can't necessarily afford to pay 65, 75, 85 pounds a session a week, but they want some support.
Absolutely.
But there is also the thing that you would need to do is we do need to be vigilant and still do an assessment. So you could have your free community, but someone, before they joined our paid community, they would need to do like a health questionnaire, assessment, consultation to make sure that they're the right fit to join that.
I agree.
Because you have to
all of the same protocols have to be in place.
Yeah, and if you're doing one-to-one, we still have to work within the ethical framework, but it is sort of building that sort of thing around that. So so that's what I'm looking at the moment.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll give me something to do when I've got nothing else to do. Go and investigate something else.
Stop watching telly and go and do that instead.
Another rabbit hole to disappear off down.
Exactly. So that kind of leads us on to what I wanted to talk about this week, which was our obsession with wellness. So we are in a culture where we are defined by how good we're feeling. And it's a multi-billion-pound industry about feeling well. And it kind of goes, also, we are kind of part of that as well.
We can't deny that.
No, exactly. So we're in the wellness. But I think for us, it's about coping strategies, management, techniques, and things to navigate the real world, rather than doing that whole self-care and cold dipping and plunging and journaling and all these things, and then taking photographs of it and putting it on your social media and stuff. We're more that long-term normalizing those feelings of distress that you have during your life, and that you cannot feel good all the time. Some things are going to make you feel rubbish for whatever reason, whether that's grief, stress, anxiety, blah, 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 but also to normalize the human experience a little bit. We're so preoccupied with feeling well and feeling good all the time. We're
preoccupied with feeling happy all the time.
You can't be happy all the time.
Absolutely impossible to do that. And, just feeling kind of okay sometimes is good enough. But and unless you actually feel off sometimes, or you don't feel so great, how the hell are you going to ever know when you're happy? You've got nothing to gauge it against. So life is a bit like that anyway, and that's the way it is.
Exactly. And negative emotions exist for a reason, but we've just dedicated our entire culture to getting rid of them. And we have, as a culture, I think, an intolerance of any negative emotions. And if you ask them, oh, how are you? Like, I'm fine, I'm good. Well, how would it be if the person that you asked actually turned around and said, you know what, I feel like really low today? Because some people, they don't want to hear that answer. The average person asks you how you are to be polite, not because they actually give a shit about how you are.
Isn't that interesting? Because, there are people and there are people. I love it when people are totally candid, and I love it. But then that's the space I'm in anyway.
Exactly. And I think we are in that space
where
really
we want love that. It, and I will invite it. And if someone wants to talk, they'll be a complete stranger in a shop. Sometimes they go, oh, suddenly I've told you far too much. And that happens a lot. I personally don't mind. I'm fine, everything's hunky-dory. But then
we've got a bias because we want people, we're interested, and that's our personalities.
And it's also how you cope with the information when you get it. So I do know someone, if I sort of ever said how I actually was in response, assuming they'd asked, I wouldn't be telling them anyway.
Yeah.
Because you just recognize that people just actually, one, they don't want to know, and two, they wouldn't be able to cope with the fallout if you were honest about it.
Yes, absolutely. And some people can't. They can't hold other people's emotions, or they don't know. They haven't got that education around that themselves. They don't know. They don't care. They don't want to know
their own emotions, let alone anybody else's.
They use that avoidance. Yeah. So, and kind of our obsession with feeling good all the time, it is completely realistic, and I think completely unrealistic, sorry, more editing. We have kind of moved into a culture where we are performing wellness, or people talk about what they're doing for wellness
Tell me
rather
a bit
than
more
actually
about it.
accepting.
What sort of crap? What's bitten you to make to feel this cross about it?
I just think there's
what
just such an obsession with what you're doing to relax, because sitting down and relaxing can actually be just sitting down and reading a book or going out for a walk. There's this obsession with you've got to go to yoga 3 times a week, and you've got to do your cold plunge or go for a sauna or write reams and reams and reams of stuff in your journal or whatever, or have your bath and your candles and whatever, and take a photograph of yourself in the bath with your candles doing your self-care. Well, you're not doing self-care, because your self-care and relaxation is being present, not putting it out into the world.
Yeah, and it's just not doing all of that stuff. Just being and just in the moment, like you said, reading a book, or just, I don't know, looking at the sky, examining trees, doing whatever. Yeah, I get it. Okay.
And there's also the wellness of it being very expensive to feel well all the time. And is it just an expensive way of us avoiding dealing with our stuff? So, for example, going away on a girls' weekend to get away from your life and your stressful existence, where actually, if you just stayed at home and dealt with the stresses that were going on with your life, you wouldn't have a life that you wanted to run away from.
Well, it's true, because you've got to come back, haven't you, to exactly the same life.
Exactly. So, I'm not talking about people that want to go on holiday 4 times a year and do all these things and have hobbies and want to go walking, but there are a lot of people who are running away to do these hobbies to get away, and they need a break. I need a break. And what do you need a break from? What's so bad that you've got to take a break away from your normal life? If you can't find your coping strategies and your way of living in your normal life, well, then there's obviously something going on in your defined normal life that you want to get away from. Why not address the issue, so then you don't want to run away quite so much?
Well, I guess this is really, it's kind of can get quite deep, really, because you hear people saying that I need a holiday, I need a holiday. What does the holiday give people? Is it permission? Is it permission to rest? A lot of people go on holiday and they don't rest. They're charging about doing X, Y, and Z and photographing themselves doing it and telling us all about it. They're not actually resting. They're chasing from A to B and B to A.
Yeah, the people that are actually relaxing on holiday are the people that you don't even know they're on holiday. They're not talking about it. They're away, being present, enjoying their holiday.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that you can't share stuff on social media, but it's just what you're going on holiday for. Or, what do you want? Look at me. Look how well I am. Look how well rested I am when I'm on holiday. I went away on the yoga retreat last year, which I absolutely love. But part of it is I do love, because it's in North Wales and a really beautiful part. And I like to post that I'm away with my friend, because I'm away and I'm having a great time with my friends. And Wales is beautiful.
You are a hypocrite, Rachel.
Yeah, and I like to share the fact that I'm doing that.
Like a hypocrite now.
Yeah, but I'm not sharing my yoga, and I'm also going away on a break because I love yoga. I'm not running away.
Right.
To do it. Do you know what I mean? I'm doing it because it's something that I enjoy, which is a hobby, which is me time.
You're on a learning experience.
On a learning experience, yeah.
Okay. That's a different way of looking at it.
Yeah, yeah. There's all sorts of different, and I'm not saying that people that go on holiday that post it on social media are, we're looking at it in a broader way, because bringing it back to that whole wellness thing, it's when people banging on about wellness and taking that time out to relax. But you're not relaxing, are you?
Amount of money being made from people being well.
Yeah.
A tremendous amount.
But genuine self-care is not on social media.
Everything that's being sold is about people making an absolute bucket load of money off of nothing in particular, really,
Yeah.
offering very little
Yeah.
at all. Whereas people, okay, so the difference between the culture that you're talking about is the consumerist
Yeah.
end of everything.
Yeah.
I suppose, so as not to be hypocritical about it, obviously people are purchasing their emotional wellness from people like ourselves,
Yeah.
but there is an emotional depth to it. Whereas this is an ongoing, the other side is a lot of people making an awful lot of money preying on people's insecurities and increasing their need and dependency on stuff to make them feel better.
Yeah.
Whereas hopefully, like I did with the client last week, I want them to go away and waving and saying, thank you very much for that. That was great. Goodbye.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
end.
Yeah, because a lot of the wellness stuff that you see on social media and this and the other is the very surface level
Oh,
stuff.
terribly so. Right.
The stuff that we do is actually, let's get to the crux of the issue and have that psycho education about why you feel like that or what's going on, what changes do you need to make, because you can go out and get all the new hobbies and keep busy and go on holiday and do all these kind of things, but actually there's an issue that you're not dealing with. That's what's making you feel, rubbish or low or stressed or depressed.
Yeah. Is that keeping busy, constant busy? Why are people sometimes constantly busy doing
Yeah.
this, doing that, doing this, doing the other?
And
Watching.
showing people how happy they are on social media.
Yeah, yeah. And no, well, no one ever, rarely people come on social media to tell them how shit their day has been or their week has been. Occasionally you get that, but not very often.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
the glossy sort of blah, 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 isn't
yeah.
it? Oh, yeah,
And people are making so much money out of wellness and feeling well and drink this green juice and listen, to this and do this and read this book. But actually it's not really exploring what's going on a deep level.
No, and there's also that thing where everybody is sharing the best bits of their lives,
Mm.
generally speaking,
Yeah.
particularly on Instagram, I think.
Mm.
And that's become really Billy bonkers compared to where it used to be.
Mm.
But all that, the rest of us watching all of this stuff or doom scrolling it,
Mm.
and just end up comparing our own lives with these wonderful, happy, clappy people. And we then get into that awful cycle of compare and contrast.
Yeah. So
Compare and
comparison.
despair.
Yeah, comparison is the biggest thief of joy. And, the simple, good relaxation things that you do at home are working. You're not putting it on social media. That's good. Because if you put it on social media, then it's not something that you're genuinely doing.
Thank God then that I haven't shared my propensity for watching absolute tripe telly sometimes.
No, but you share it on here. So you do share it.
Oh, I do share it. I do share it. Well, I won't share that. I've just put a
No, you can
line
share
through
that. That's part of you. You can share that. But next week, I want you to tell me what educational YouTube video you
Look, if I educate myself anymore, dear God, I've spent a fortune on my education.
Yeah,
Going.
exactly. We are very educated in that way. But no, so yeah, it's just
That's
about the
made
difference
there.
of genuine self-care and wellness theatre.
Yeah, that's true. It is the theatre of wellness, you're right.
Yeah.
But it's also that it's not what you ingest and what you do, it's what you wear, everything. All of your clothes has to be wellness clothes and whatever. I don't know. It's just
Yeah, it's definitely a thing. And actually, what have you done to calm your nervous system while you're doing all
and
that?
also, and whilst we've kind of denigrated it a little bit, we all buy into it. Obviously, we
Of
do.
course. Yeah.
That's why I take supplements. I don't take any prescribed medication,
Mm.
hurrah, but I do take a handful of um my own sort of things that I've decided that I think I ought to have in order to stay well. So there's all
Yeah.
of that side of it as well. But generally, I'm going to put it out there. I do feel really well.
Yeah, exactly. And it's sort of weeding out what is the good stuff and what's the bad stuff. But also I think we have the I don't know, not luxury, but we have that self-awareness where we know what's going on in our heads and what's going in our bodies and stuff that I think maybe other people don't.
I've learned
I
self-awareness. I've had to learn it, obviously.
Yeah, same.
There. And every now and again there'll be another realization. You think, oh good God, why didn't I make that connection? Like,
Yeah.
duh.
Yeah, it's a constant thing, isn't it?
Oh,
But I have a lot of, without breaking any confidentialities of any clients or anything, but I have people sat in front of me and they don't know what they're feeling. And you have to ask them, like, that sort of somatic kind of stuff, like, where do you feel it in your body, and do that education on stuff like that we would take for granted. Like, I know when I'm ramped up and I'm feeling anxious, but some people wouldn't recognize that. They'll just be, oh my God, I'm feeling like really jittery and like wiry today. They won't get why, or they don't understand how they're feeling or why they're feeling it or how they can make it better.
oh, I find that interesting when you cut you know, over the years I've had clients who claim not, you know, what are your feelings about blah blah blah. Well, I haven't got any feelings about it. Well, actually, you will have. You're
Mm.
just not listening to them. You're not
Yeah.
hearing them or whatever it is. And it's, yeah, some people do deny they don't have any feelings about stuff, but everybody's got feelings about stuff the whole time.
Yeah.
Even the fact that people listening to that have feelings and going, these two wittering on about,
What are you talking about?
appalled by that. No
Yeah.
idea what they're talking about.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. It's just, it's a difficult one to explain, and but different, it means different things to different people.
it does. Right. So that's the challenge, is
Mm.
to find out what people actually mean by that.
Yeah.
What do they mean? And it's that digging a little bit deeper, isn't it, to look
Mm.
into that,
Mm.
which is what.
And why we do, like you were saying, we take the supplements and stuff like that, and there's a lot of, I take collagen, there's a lot of evidence to say that collagen doesn't really work. I think it probably works for your nails and your hair and stuff like that, but it probably doesn't work on a much deeper level than that. But then I don't spend massive amounts of money on stuff like that. Like, I don't believe in spending ridiculous amounts of money on highly marketed moisturizers and anti-aging creams and stuff like that. I think it's about hydration and stuff. I think the best supplement I take is creatine.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I must admit, I
Which
take
is like less than a tenner for a big tub.
cheap as chips, isn't
And
it?
drink loads of water and
Yeah.
use moisturizer and go to bed at the same time, wake up at the same time, your circadian rhythm.
Look, drink plenty of water, go to bed at the same time approximately, and wake up at the same, or get up at the same time, wake up at the same time. But yeah, prioritize sleep. Those are key. Supplement wise, and eat whole food.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's
But
pretty much all I do, and get a little bit of exercise if possible. But I'm not going to kill myself.
it's actually quite simple, isn't it? But a lot of people have made a massive amount of money over the years from producing stuff. And you look at like Weight Watchers when they produced all their own
Encouraging people
foods and all that kind of stuff. It's marketed.
encouraging people to buy into another thing.
Mm.
Every Yeah, everything is designed to kind of undermine what we feel about ourselves,
Mm.
because it instills a fear. If you don't do this, then that'll happen. If you don't do that, then that'll happen. Life is quite reasonably simple. You can,
Mm.
somebody's out there, people will be out there going, what is she talking about? My life is so complicated. Yes, and I think if you've got children and blah 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 and juggling a family and jobs and la da da, yes, it is, and it's easy. And I've been there and I've done that, and it's easy at this end to sort of say, well, it's more simplistic. So yeah, what can you trim away? What needs to stay? What can you trim away?
Mm. Yeah, going back to basics. And
Very
I
much.
think people put so much pressure on themselves as well to be keeping up with the Joneses. And
So
we need to normalize
to the communities that you're part of or whatever to in it that makes you do that. I'm thinking way back when we did when we lived in a close, people did keep up with the Joneses. If one person cleaned their windows and washed their net curtains, that ages me dreadfully. Then the neighbours would do it. It'd be a knock-on effect.
Yeah. And it's not good, all that kind of pressure that
We've
we
always
put.
done it, but the pressure's greater now.
Yeah. And I think we need to normalize things like it's not normal to drive. I know you drive one. It's not normal to drive a Range Rover when you earn 35 grand a year.
Noted. Okay.
You know what I mean, it's not normal to have the latest iPhone as soon as it comes out.
No,
it's not
resisted. I've
exactly
resisted temptation. Look at
it's not normal to go on holiday. The end. Not everyone goes on holiday. It's not normal. You have those expectations of, that kind of stuff. Not everyone goes on. Not everyone can afford to go on holiday. We're drifting slightly, but I saw an interesting thing today from a woman who said like the new luxury, especially in today's, is to be able to pay for your groceries without having to check your bank account first, or fill your car with fuel, not have to put 20 quid in because you need the other 40 quid to last you for the rest of the week or whatever, that kind of stuff. To be able to know that when the money comes in at the end of the month, you can afford to pay all your outgoings and stuff. That is what is luxury, and that is what should be normal, not spending £500 a month on clothes and getting Temu hauls and all this kind of crap that is flogged to us, all the time, and really bringing social media back to, I guess it doesn't make good content though, is it, when you're showing someone normal sat in front of the telly?
No.
Putting the bins out.
But the bins out, that's my job. That's my job. Yeah. See?
But the trouble is, a lot of people are living their lives feeling disappointed with what they've got because they're not living up to what they see on social media.
Yeah, well, it's that compare and despair again, isn't it? Really, which is young people are growing up with this and they're kind of being, which is sad, really sad. So I think you need a real strength of character to be able to step away from that and not feel, and be okay with it. That requires a real strength of character to be able to do it, actually.
And go follow your own path.
And that requires a strength of character. It really does.
And, societal pressures and expectations, like the amount of pressure that's put on kids at schools to go to university. And look how that's turning out.
Not too good.
No, there's a lot of that stuff. But anyway, going back to wellness, it's a thing which is worth loads of money. And are we throwing money in the right directions for that wellness as well? If you've got money to spend on wellness, but you're using it for shopping, self-medicating in some sort of way, maybe you should probably look at why you're doing those things that you do and spend the money on a therapist instead.
Hello.
Yeah.
Are you taking bookings at the moment, madam?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you can join our school community when I've built it.
Well, I will look into that. So thanks for that.
So we'll look at that kind of stuff. But I just think that the whole wellness thing is quite interesting. And the problem is when you see it, now we've talked about it, you can't unsee it.
No, I know.
And when you're doing a little doom scroll later, which we all do, you'll go through and you'll just be like, oh my God. Like, the algorithm pushes stuff out and you have that confirmation bias.
Algorithms, we're just going to do a little swerve now. Have you finished on that?
Yeah.
Algorithm. Well, what did I do? I don't know how I've got it, but I'm being inundated with Tom Hiddleston things on Facebook.
Because you watched the night thingy, or you searched, you did a Google search for a nudie picture of Tom Hiddleston. That was it.
No, I clicked on there where he's doing that dance thing that he does, and I've seen him do it 15 times. But I'm getting loads of things now related to Tom Hiddleston, and it honestly is the best thing on my Instagram at the moment.
It's a good algorithm shift. We like that.
He can read me a bedtime story anytime he wants.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, Tom Hiddleston. Mine's all horses stuff again.
Is it?
I've been doing some horsey searches, so everything's horse related.
It's so funny. The algorithm cracks me up.
But you know it's coming, don't you? Like, oh
Yeah.
God, I'm going to search this now, and now I'm not going to see anything else.
There are certain things that I would never touch because I just don't want to see it in my inbox.
Yes. Exactly. Quickly clear my search history. Exactly. So anyway, yes. So that was that, and that's algorithms. And we touched a little bit on wellness, but it's just a general conversation, really. We just want people, if you're going to relax, switch your bloody phone off, turn your notifications off, and actually relax and be present and do that
Your
thing.
phone in another room.
Exactly. You don't have to do expensive things to relax.
Okay, you've made your point. Don't
sorry.
Don't bang on.
Banging on about bloody wellness. But in the meantime, buy our course. But it's got depth.
Yeah, absolutely.
I promise not to flog your wellness journal.
Oh, she's still banging on.
Exactly, yeah. Let it go, Rachel. Let it go.
Let it go, love.
Okay. Let's move on to something really happy, which is the Lucy Letby documentary on Netflix.
Heaven forbid.
I know, God. Have you watched it?
I haven't. No, not yet.
You should watch it and let me know what you think.
I will.
Because obviously it's come out in the media, hasn't it? And there was the whole trial by media. I don't know if she's obviously, I don't know. I don't know her. I don't know anything. I don't know a lot of the stuff about it, but I thought the documentary was very interesting in terms of her defense and the babies, and it shows like the chest cam police footage of her, like when she's arrested and stuff,
right?
And how she's, and I just think it's really, really, really interesting and obviously very upsetting. And very upsettingly, they use AI generated visuals for keeping the anonymity of some of the people involved. There was one that was a mother, very, very sadly, a mother of one of the babies that was killed, that died, but it's not her, and they don't use actors, and it's actually AI, and that's quite weird. I found that really weird to watch and very distracting.
Oh, strange.
I think there's no need for that.
No, too intrusive.
Yeah, and there was another one which it was Lucy Letby's long-time friend, and they did the same with her as well, and it was weird to watch. But it's an interesting documentary.
Okay, well, for curiosity, I may do. Although I may not.
No, exactly. Tell me what rubbish you've been watching on telly this week, then.
Well, we've been desperate for some telly, actually. Obviously, Irish Traitors. We're still watching that.
Oh, yes. I have been watching that, and I am up to date with that. I think there's another episode out now. I think I'm 8 episodes in.
I think there is, and I think we enjoy that on a Tuesday evening because Kevin plays darts on a Monday evening.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can watch that while I'm eating my pancakes.
A treat.
What a time to be alive.
There'll be no pancakes in this house. That's just that.
Anti-pancake.
What have we've been watching? Apart from Irish Traitors, I went back and I watched, we started at the beginning. People will giggle at this. At Lewis. Did you ever watch Lewis?
Oh my God, classic Sunday night telly.
Bloody love it.
I'm going to be watching Morse next.
No, actually that's
Bergerac.
That's too slow.
Midsummer Murders.
No, I love Lewis because I adore Lawrence Fox. I know he's been cancelled.
Mum, I'm going to have to edit that out. You can't say that.
Oops.
I'm going to bleep him out. Yeah, don't say that. We're Team Billy. God. Mother.
Oh, all right.
Talking about dementia earlier. Talk about inappropriate.
You just misunderstood, that's all.
I know. You can help him with that.
I could.
Oh dear. I thought this would be a short episode as well. It's probably going to be one of our longest. I'll be able to make two. We should do another intro before we finish so I can edit it together. 2 weeks worth. We'll have part 1 and part 2.
Dear.
Maybe I'll do that.
Oh dear, dear, dear. Maybe you will. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, I'm not going to say anymore.
Yeah, don't say him anymore.
No,
Moving on.
I know. Book-wise, no. I listen to books and stuff, but mostly I've been listening to my usual podcast, really. I love a lot of political podcasts, several political podcasts. And I
Can't go down that rabbit hole at the moment.
Oh, I love them. I don't listen to every episode depending on what they've got, but I love them. And I've got the news agents, political currency. I quite like that. I don't listen to every episode. Depends what they're wanging on about, but I do like them. Yeah.
Wanging on.
Yeah, well, they do.
Technical thing.
Actually, that
the
is
subject matter is, what are we wagging on about?
Well, that is a podcast that I listen to, and it is
Wanging On. Yes.
Wanging On with Graham Norton.
Yes, and the funny woman, I can't remember her name. Yeah, that does. I have seen that, but I can't. I can only listen to so much material.
It's Maria McCurlin. They're just silly.
Does look good.
Graham and Maria. So I listen to that every now and again, but not always. The one I really, really love is Fast Feast Repeat. It really helps with my fasting journey, and they're so knowledgeable. And it's an American podcast, and it's Gin Stevens and Sherry Bullock, and they've been doing it for ages. They're so knowledgeable about everything. They're Gin's books are good, and it is Gin. I'm not saying Jen. It is Gin Stevens, Gin. And they're just really knowledgeable. So I always find that's quite motivational. And what else have I been doing? I've been really sort of doing the coursework, catching up with coursework, writing essays and getting more glowing marks with that. Just saying.
Ooh, smarty pants.
Yeah, smarty pants. And what else? More reading, blog posts.
Yeah, I've seen you've upped your social media game. Yeah,
trying to update it, do it a bit. Just trying to be consistent, actually, and that's what I'm not very good at. I'm either all in, or you don't see me for days and days, and oh God, weeks and weeks, months and months. I'm hopeless with it, really. It's not my natural milieu.
All or nothing. But this is my word for 2026 is consistency, and it's written on my whiteboard.
Oh, really?
Steady progress. Okay. Slow and steady wins the race.
Now that's interesting. So I was doing a blog post and put it up yesterday about motivation. And motivation is interesting, and it is about, to boil it down, it's small things done consistently.
Exactly.
To build your habits.
When you've built that habit in, when you haven't got the motivation, you've got the discipline there.
Absolutely 100% correct. Well, go to the top of the class, Rachel.
Give out the pencils.
Gold star, tick.
Marty pants.
I was talking to one of my supervisees, and that was all that sort of came up there. And I thought, oh, motivation. Let's do something about motivation, because, just doing what I'm doing on my fasting journey, it's about consistency. Every day, kind of do what you're doing, do what you do. I've lost 10 pounds, by the way.
Well done. That is something to shout about. Well done.
Well, it's well done, yes. Well done for the consistency. Another 10, I would think another 10 at least to go. But what we don't do is go, well, you fat git, you actually really chugged up a treat, and you really, really put on a lot very quickly.
I know, but it happens, and it's winter weight, and you can look behind it and go, what you're eating your feelings.
Look behind it. I can't turn around and see behind it.
I know, all that malarkey. But it's about balance, isn't it?
It is about balance, and yes, and yeah, but all of it. So yes, £10 and another 10 to go, which is why listening to Fast Feast Repeat, and if anybody wants to know about that, that is a great resource to go to because they know loads.
Good. Fast feast, repeat. I'll do that. What have I got? So Lucy Letby, we did. I'm reading a book called Cracked by James Davies, which is why psychiatry is doing more harm than good.
Oh my God, that doesn't sound like a novel.
No, it is about the DSM
Okay.
and all the different DSMs and how many there were at the beginning and how many things there are now. And it
Better
went from
explain
like
to
50
somebody
odd to
what a DSM is.
328.
You can't just come on here and go DSM and somebody goes, what?
Oh, yes. So, yeah. What does DS? It's a diagnostic something manual, isn't it?
Well, you need to come with subtitles, love.
DSM. Yeah, sorry. You know, when you start mixing in that kind of, you just assume diagnostic and statistical manual of mental disorders.
Mm-hmm.
And talking about the differences and how up until 1974, homosexuality was a mental disorder
Yeah.
in line with some other stuff. So, and that's like only what, 50 years ago, 51 years ago.
Well, yeah.
And how much it's changed and how many new disorders have been brought out and the tablets and things that are available for that and treatments for those disorders and just stuff like that, saying it's not very good. And we're all obsessed with getting diagnoses of whatever to help with our pathologies.
Yeah. Which is why it depends how people define themselves, and people do define themselves by their pathology. You know, I define myself by staying well and medication free. That's my definition.
Yeah.
It's not, that isn't the same for everybody.
No.
Anyway.
So yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
And that's obviously quite a deep one, but I'm doing an essay for college on diagnoses and depression and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I know. Fun. So yeah, moving on.
It's madly interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
To us.
So reading the book about that. And I've also just finished a bit of light reading. That was a novel which was called My Wife, the Serial Killer by H.J. Garbutt. That was really good. But that was a really good book.
And for relaxation.
That was really good. So yeah. What else? Oh, I watched the final episode of The Night Manager. Boring.
Oh, I told you.
I know. And I see it's lined up for the next one. I'm not going to be watching the next one. Sorry.
I don't think I am either.
I like Tom, but
I love Tom, but not at any expense.
No, it's not happening.
No, I thought it was a real letdown, actually.
No, but I'll watch Irish Traitors tonight because I do love Siobhan McCafferty, I think. Is that her name? I love her, and I love the clothes that they're putting her in, her wardrobe and her makeup. They put in the most amazing eyeshadow.
Beautiful eye makeup.
Looks, stunning. Did you see the one the other night? And she was wearing a beautiful green eyeshadow. Oh, I was like, wow.
Adorable. It looked lovely. But have you been there we go then. Here we go. A little lightness, everybody. Have you been watching The Great Pottery Throwdown?
No, but somebody
she's on that as well. And she's wearing lovely clothes in that as well.
Oh, I must do that. I must put that on The Great Pottery Showdown.
Do you never watch it? Throwdown?
No, never.
It's nice.
Is it on YouTube? No, probably. But yeah, I'll watch that. That'll be a bit of self-care.
Well, do you know, I class things like that as self-care because it can be on and you don't have to give it your full attention. I can be writing a blog or something like that and doing some writing while that's on.
Well, because it's nice. It's not violent. There's no swearing. There's nothing anxious about it. It's just nice, light, gentle TV, like Bake Off and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I must admit, I have watched and I have been watching and I'm still watching. Oh God, I'm going to confess now. Netflix, Marple, Agatha Christie.
God almighty. Did you fall asleep and wake up in the 90s? bloody hell.
How dare you
If
criticize
Agatha
my self-care?
Lewis. Good Lord. I know what you'll be watching in the nursing home. Just put a Lewis video on for us. You'll be fine.
I'm not allowed to comment on Lewis, am I?
No.
I've already been bleeped.
Yeah. That's something I've got to learn this week, how to bleep that out.
I've been cancelled. Oh, God.
Yeah. Yes. Let's not get cancelled before we've even got started. Hello to our 12 subscribers, half of which are our family.
Listening to us giggling idiots. Oh, dear God. That was quite a fun one, actually.
That was fun. But yeah, I think we should probably end that there.
Yeah, I think so too. Quit while we're ahead.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Exactly.
Goodbye, listeners.
Bye. Oh, funny.
Oh, God. Right.
I don't know what we're going to talk about next time.